Greetings and welcome, One Love Center for Spiritual Living. Here I am, Reverend Rodney Gittin. So glad that you are here with us. We're here with Leah Hyatt and Ellen Swazo, our religious science practitioner. And so, as we do every Sunday, we are bringing absolutely wonderful joy. Oh, and we also have Lita Perez, our other practitioner. And so, we're talking about transcending the purpose. We're talking today about just being able to rise in this awareness, elevation of this awareness. And so we start, as usual, with our opening song, and after which we'll talk about our mission and our vision and have the opening prayer. And then Leah Hyatt, who is a longtime friend, and we can find out more about her in a little while. So anyway, we're going to start with choosing heaven. And before we start, remember, it's your job to choose heaven, what it looks like for you. What does it feel like for you? And because, guess what? We're all one. What you choose for yourself, you're choosing for everyone. So choose wisely, and especially, for yourself. Choose the best that you can choose and be in each moment. And also, you can type in the comment what you're choosing, and that will be used for the opening prayer as well. All right, so time for Choosing Heaven today. Yes. Choosing heaven. The purpose today is that heaven. And our purpose, the purpose that surpasses all of life, is to choose heaven wisely and work and live from that place called heaven. So at this time, we're going to have our welcome and official welcome to One Love Center and mission and vision. And please know that right where you are, I know that there is a divine calling happening. And One Love Center for Spiritual Living is operating from a divine calling. It is our mission to provide a stable and welcoming community for all who choose to learn, practice, grow, and play in the unfolding of their understanding of spiritual principles and spiritual living. We envision a world as a sacred environment where spiritual living flourishes through the continued growth and development of learning and the application of these spiritual principles. One Love Center practices compassion in service, love in action, and joyous, prosperous giving in the community. We like to say that our community has been and is lovingly created as a place of fellowship, meditation, prayer, sacred and healing service, musical celebration, classes, workshops, and spiritual film. Also, we want you to know that we recognize the splendor of the infinite divine spirit that is you. Please know that we support you in being the best you choose to be in this glorious life, and we thank you for celebrating spirit with us today. Welcome to a place where love grows. Welcome to One Love Center for Spiritual Living. Thank you. All right. So next, please allow yourself to be still, to be at peace and quiet. If you're driving, of course, don't close your eyes, but you can listen as we go within for this opening prayer. And so right where I am, and I know it is the I am presence that is everywhere, in everyone, because that is the nature of the Creator that has created everything out of itself, and therefore myself and each and every other self, that there's only one life. And that one life, there's one God, one ever name you choose to call it, that divine, supreme, infinite presence, higher power, all power, whatever it is only one. And so from that one comes all of its creations. And that includes whatever is happening in the here and the right now, and right here and right now is One Love Center for Spiritual Living Sunday celebration, knowing that we are indeed operating from a place of power and purpose, that each one is created for a divine purpose. One and individualized, it surpasses anything else that has happened in any previous moment. And each one has their own individual purpose. And so we get to explore that today with our guest, Leah Hyatt, and joined by Lita Perez and even possibly Ellen Suazo, our practitioners. And so knowing that there is a greatness within each and every one of us who is listening and watching and sharing this and participating in whichever way, that each one is getting a greater glimpse, a greater understanding of that age-old question, who am I and why am I here? And knowing that can change in any moment. So we get to talk about that. We get to explore that. We get to feel what that feels like from within. And how awesome it is to know that each one is free to explore their own life without judgment or without criticism, that we are free. And I know that each one benefits from this, whether they're watching live or watching a recording, that it is all good and always good, and always good. And so I affirm that this truth is circulating and manifesting even now. And so there's nothing left to do but to let it go and let it be the good that it unfolds to be right here, right now. And please feel free in joining me in affirming it by saying amen, and so it is, And now it is. Peace and blessings.
Thank you, Reverend Rodney, for that prayer. What a beautiful way to start our Sunday celebration. My name is Ellen Suazo, and I am here to remind you that that was one form of prayer. Here at One Love Center, we have prayer professionals ready, willing, and able to remind you that the Spirit is full of power, charge, and already within you for your immediate use. Make sure that you connect with us any day. You can send us an email at onelovecenter.org. And remember that all prayers are kept in confidence, strictest confidence. So you don't have to worry about anyone knowing about what you're praying for. And we keep your prayers for 7 days. We keep praying for you for 7 days for you or your situation or condition. If that condition haven't shifted, then we are asking you to connect with us. Otherwise, we will stop praying after 7 days.
Thank you, Ellen. That is so important. Prayer and the power of prayer. And please know that use us. That's why we're here. First and foremost, we are prayer professionals, and that's what we're trained to do. That's what we love to do. That's what we're called to do. So use us. Send us that email. And most certainly remember that if your prayer is not answered in 7 days, let us know, and we'll continue to pray. And for whatever reason, at any time, I should say, if when your prayer is answered, let us know so we don't have to keep praying because we know it's done. I mean, we know in our mind it is already done. We want to make sure that it shows up in your life, and you get to let us know that. And, little testimonial. So anyway, thank you so much. So at this time, we're going to invite our wonderful guest speaker here with us for the first time, someone who I've known for, oh my gosh, it's been like over 20 years, right? Well over 20 years. Real powerful impact in my life. I do love her dearly. She really epitomized to me at a time when I needed to see it, how spirituality works in our lives. And, and I've seen her with other people. I've seen her talk about situations that she goes through and grows through. And that just means the world to me. So with that, here is Leah Hyatt. And you are in Brooklyn at this time, right?
Yes.
And I know you like to travel like I do. So that's another thing I love. I was like, yeah, I love to travel. I know she does too. I've seen some really wild, exotic pictures of you around the world somewhere. So anyway, is there anything else you'd like to say about yourself?
No, I think that's good. Yeah. So,
Okay.
So I'm Leah Hyatt, and thank you, Rodney. I appreciate you. I appreciate you reaching out and being a part of my life for the last over 20 years. I think it's more like 25 years. But anyway, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to have people like you in my life, that continue to stay a staple in my life. I was thinking about the prayer and the song, and I was thinking about how blessed I am to be here today, right? Just being alive today. You talk about prayer and talk about, illnesses. And 13 months ago, I was afflicted with shingles. And I got internal shingles. And so I was bedridden for 2 months. And I used to wake up and I'd be so mad that God woke me up, right? And then my gratitude list would kick in and say, hello. What are you grateful for? And okay. So I'm grateful I woke up today. I'm grateful I can see, I can hear, I can smell, I can taste, all those things that are given to us freely, right? I could go to the restroom. I don't have a catheter. I don't have a colostomy bag. My legs are walking. My arms are working. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. So I had to look at it like that, even through the pain. Even through the pain, I had to think about that, right? And I continue to do that on a regular basis. And I think that that helped get me through it. But I still have, you know, remnants of the shingles. And so you guys can pray for me. Yesterday I went to acupuncture. That's been helping. But other than that, you know, I, my life is so blessed. God has turned my life around and has proven himself, you know, every day. Now, I don't
Hmm.
know what you call your God, but I call my God a he. Okay. He's not the punishing God I grew up with.
Right,
He's a
right.
loving, caring, giving, forgiving, right? And my life I just always felt like I was in hell here, and when I died, I'd go to heaven because that's how my life felt. But
Hmm.
now, 36 years later, I've been happy. My life has changed. I have been blessed in so many ways. You know, I have two beautiful children. I was able to raise my son, went to Harvard, graduated with a master's. My daughter, who gave me, you remember, gave me a very, very hard time for a very long time. She is now a wonderful mom of a 9-year old. She runs a business and she's going to college. And she has a 4 point GPA. And she
Right.
calls me on a regular basis and tells me she loves me. Never
Uh,
thought that was going to happen. You know, so I see the blessing every day when I wake up and I see how my life has changed and how my God lives in me and through me by helping other people, by
that's it.
sharing my experience, my strength, and my hope with others.
Absolutely. And, you know, it's so interesting because so many times in life, we don't realize what our purpose is, even
Mm-hmm.
as we're going through our purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we talk about this, the purpose that surpasses all. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like, it doesn't just stop, it doesn't just end, it's not a one and done.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe for some people it is, you know, but I notice that every day is an opportunity to feel the blessing and share the blessing, you
Yes.
know, and as I mentioned about you in particular, but I know this is true for all of us, that we are all spiritual beings. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we are uh, spiritual beings in this human experience. And
Mm-hmm.
so we use this human experience to live a divine purpose that's not just for us, it's for all, you know, and it's for everyone. Even though, I mean, I'm sitting in the chair, I have no idea who made the chair, but I'm grateful. You know, so I don't have to know those basics. You know, that person had a purpose that is benefiting me, and they don't know me. I don't think. Anyway, let's go into quotes, and thank you for sharing that about yourself. Thank you so much. And yeah, so what we're going to do is we'll go into a couple of these quotes, a few of these quotes. And this first one says, "In expressing more life, we are expressing a greater degree of infiniteness of the spirit. We are more completely personifying it. This is the real purpose and meaning of existence. It is the nature of the spirit to express through us, not in limitation, fear, or want, but in freedom." That's from Ernest Holmes, the founder of religious science, Science of Mind and Spirit. And this is called Lessons in Spiritual Mind Healing, page 30. And it reminds me of what you said. You know, it's like, yeah, you know, it's a belief that there is, you know, use of this power. It doesn't have to be a religious dogma or anything, you know, that
Mm-hmm.
limits us and tells us what we can do and what we can't do and tells us what to think, you know, or teaches us fear, you know, or lack. You know, we're much more of a freedom and expressing more of this life. And I know for myself, I was limiting myself with every breath. I was not breathing fully, not living fully. I was putting stuff into my body and my mind that was limiting me, operating from a place of fear. And once I made that change, once I surrendered to a better way, then all of a sudden I'm like, hey, I'm living freely and right here in St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands, which was definitely, you know, way, way more than I imagined for so long. To do that. So anyway, and there's a question: what area of your life is ready to expand when you allow yourself to fully align with that truth that we're free? You know, that we're not limited. But you can speak, if you like, on any part of this.
So I started meditating a couple of months ago about what is my purpose. That's why it was amazing that this is what this is, right? And I remember a quote from Julia Childs, and she said that, no, not Julia Childs, Roberta, I can't remember. But anyway, she said, when I leave here, I hope that I have no more talent left.
Mm.
And so that's that. I thought about that, and that always stayed with me. And I'm an artist, and I have that's a God given gift, right? And I have tabled it and tabled it and tabled it and tabled it. I'd rather watch TV, clean the house, do things. And when I was in South Africa last year, I had this vision of doing a series of working hands. And a year went by, nothing. And then finally I said, no, I've got to start. And now I'm on my sixth painting. So, and each one gets better and better and better. And I'm feeling fulfilled. I'm feeling like I'm
Mm.
living a purpose now. I have something that I'm supposed to be doing that I had supposed to been doing a long time ago, but didn't have faith in myself, right? Didn't have the I was procrastinating, right?
Mm.
So now I've battled that. I'm like, no, that's a character defect that I need to put on the side and work through and start doing what I need to do for me, right? And so that's my purpose. So hopefully I will invite you.
Yeah, you know, and it's interesting, and I recognize this about artists, whether it's music or painting or writing or whatever it is, dance. And I think this really is the point about transcending the purpose is that you don't do the same dance the same way. You don't do another painting exactly like the previous one, or if it's a photograph or it's a song or whatever it is. Musicians, very quickly, I remember going to a concert, and the musician, I love the musician, but he played all of the music that I heard on the album differently when he did it live, and I was a little disappointed at first. And then, well, for quite a while, for most of the show, I went to the bathroom. The guy, he was actually in the bathroom, like, it was great, man. I loved it, but it doesn't sound like the album. He goes, oh, man, I only did that once. I don't play that song like that anymore. I hear something different when I play it, and it really woke me up that, yeah, why would I want anybody to stay stuck in one mode? He was telling me, hey, there was something new and fresh happening. And he transcended that moment that he recorded it into something that he felt was even greater. So who am I to judge, about anybody's life, Yeah. So, hey, thank you for that. Let's take a look at the next quote. Are you able to read that? Can you see it? It's not too
Yeah.
small.
Living a committed life is not about doing good so that you can feel good about yourself or look good to others. It is about answering a call that creates a new context for our life. Living this way is guided by taking a stand and giving your word that you will live into that stand and have it shape your life. By Lynn Twist, Living a Committed Life.
Anything there resonate for you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It to me it's where you do good things when nobody's looking,
Mm.
right? You help people and you don't brag on helping people. You just do it from the kindness of your heart. And that makes me feel good when I help people from the good, from inside. It's not about recognition or acknowledgement or anything. It's about helping people because that's how I feel like I want to do. Talking to a perfect stranger and helping them get through the day. It's amazing, right?
Mhm.
Because us humans have that spiritual connection. And if we allow ourselves to connect, we can always be a part of someone's day that makes it better. As long as we're not coming with negativity, which is something I try very hard not to do anymore. I try to be a
Mhm.
positive influence for myself as well as others.
Absolutely. And thank you for sharing that. And it kind of reminds me of it's the power is in my hands.
Hmm.
But my life is in my hands. Uh, I don't have to blame anybody for the way my life is turning out. you know, or blame anything or anyone. I was blaming God. Hey, come on, what happened? I thought you had my back. And it was like God's like, I didn't tell you to do that. It's like you weren't listening. You know, but so those upsets and challenges are my own doing. And it's so interesting how sometimes it's like you mentioned earlier about meditation. All of these things anchor us in our commitment, and that includes not do. Sometimes gotta be still, be quiet, and to be
Mm.
able to listen. However, I don't know if you know about Michael Beckwith, Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith. He taught that you have to ask the right question,
Mhm.
especially going into meditation so that we can hear the right answer.
Mhm.
Because if we're asking out of a place of fear and doubt and worry, then, we're not really going to hear, what we need to hear, you know. And so when we want to move forward, when we want to face certain upsets and challenges, we get to hear, hey, what's going to actually work for me, work for us. So anyway, thank you for sharing it. And definitely there's a question for everyone. What in your life feels big enough to anchor your commitment? It's like, yeah, the thought, the idea, like you realize in your purpose what brings you joy and the
Mhm.
love. That's those are strong anchors. you know, that help us to move forward in what it is that we are called to do. About nurturing nourishing the spirit. Yeah, it's about love. Yeah, and so yeah, thank you for that. Absolutely. So I just want to just put that there. Okay. Um, and so there must be another quote coming up, and there it is. Uh, it says, that there is nothing in the universe that limits you or could desire to limit you. There's nothing in the universe that withholds from you, because in so doing, it will withhold from itself. You
Mhm.
are a part of its purpose. Spirit seeks, urges, and pushes you to fulfill itself. When its home starts, thoughts are things. Page 72. And just so for everybody to know that that's one of the main things that we teach, that thoughts are things. And our tagline in Science of Mind and Spirit is change your thinking, change your life. Right? So
Mhm.
it's very important to pay attention to your thoughts, because thoughts are things, and those thoughts will manifest and materialize in your life. So it's very important. And so, yeah, like I mentioned before, the universe doesn't limit me. Only my limited thinking, my limited thoughts limit me.
Right.
And I mean, we're taught for that word. It's like a poison word. Can't. You can't do that. You can't do that. I know I adopted it for a long time. I can't. I can't.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so that thought became the thing. I can't do that. It was like roll right off the lips. And it
Mhm.
happens to so many of us that as you mentioned uh, uh, in your introduction, just the things that we were taught at an early age that held us back. We adopted it, held on to it, the lies, the illusions, the deception that became normal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Any comment on that?
Yeah. I've made it a point where when I think negative thoughts, I stop.
Yeah.
And in the morning, it's real funny because I started this ritual too. I wake up in the morning and I look myself in the mirror and I say, I love you, Leah.
Mm.
And I sing a little love song to myself. And it makes me feel better. And my whole day is better for that,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
And I don't think I can't do this or I can't do that. I don't do that anymore. Today, I know that I can. I know that I can. I will do this. I can do
Mhm.
this. I am going to do this. I'm, there's no doubts anymore in my speech because I know that that brings the negativity.
Yeah.
And I know that I don't want that. Like when I'm driving up to a place and I say, okay, God, let me get that parking spot. And I get there and there's that parking spot, right? And that is something that I see. The universe will answer you and the
Yes.
universe will produce what you're looking for. Just as long as you're willing to allow it to work in your life,
Yes.
right? Because it's working for us, not against us.
That's
And we
right.
have to remember that. It's very, very important that we allow the universe to work in our favor, and not against us.
Absolutely. That is so true. And it's funny because I hear Ellen saying the same thing, our practitioner. The universe is for you. Never gets you. And she's another one who's just open to the manifestation. According to her desires. And like you said, we can have a course correction. You wake up and all of a sudden, wait a minute, where did that thought come from that I can't do something? Like, whoa, at that moment, I love that you said that, we can have a change of mind. We can change our thoughts. And it's so powerful to do that. One of the things I learned from going to empowering meetings was that it's only a day at a time. And I had to make it, you know what? It's just a moment at a time, a
Right.
minute at a time. And I remember when I heard somebody say, if your day is going rough, you can start your day all over again. And I'm like, I can start my day over again as many times as I want within any 24-hour period. We have that power to do that. Yeah. All right. So let's bring up the next quote for Leah.
Okay. Pursue love and strive for the spiritual gifts, and especially that you may prophecy.
Hmm.
That you may prophecy?
Yes.
Okay. Or a simpler translation, make love your aim.
Mm.
Nice. That's funny because I think that that's what I was talking about earlier, making love my aim, right?
Mm.
Waking up in the morning and loving on me, saying,
Mhm.
I love you, Leah. So, yeah. And
Well,
spreading.
that's
Hmm.
powerful because love is your aim, and you're aiming at yourself. You can't miss. It's right there.
Hmm. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, and thank you for that. It's like I can prophesize that all the good that I desire is mine because the universe, God is love, and God loves me, and I'm seeking love, so I shall find it.
Hmm.
Because I'm aiming for myself and my higher self. I'm transcending that purpose that I had last week or a few days ago. It's like,
Hmm.
yeah, there's something way more powerful than what I just did. And that's the next moment. The power of now, the power of having, and you said that powerful word, allow,
Hmm.
allowing
Hmm.
for something even greater to unfold, without judgment. I don't know, what's greater, what's not greater, but I'm allowing for a new thought to come in.
Hmm.
And you also said the word faith. And that's important because I know if I'm allowing and I'm surrendering, you know, with a higher power, whatever name you choose to use, there's got to be a good measure of trust and, as it says biblically anyway, the faith of a mustard seed, which is like
Mm,
really tiny. So you don't need a lot. So that's a message to everybody. You don't need a whole lot of faith. There's 100% faith in the tiniest bit of faith. That's what we get to use. And that helps us get to and through our purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Any other comments on that?
Uh-uh.
All right. So, everybody, this is what we do. This is what we talk about. This is what we think about. We are allowing ourselves the opportunity to have a new thought, which is necessary to transcend our purpose so that we can live in a greater now, in a greater expression. Because most of the time, it's very easy to think that I have only one purpose in life, and that is to do that. And that thinking can become a limitation.
mm,
That's all I can do. That's it. But yet our topic is the purpose that surpasses all, and I think it's all other expressions of my purpose previous to now. you know, it's like, why should I have to feel like that's it? One trick pony. That's all I'm good for. No, there's more to that. There's more than that,
Mm-hmm.
and so we just have to be open to that possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we don't get to beat ourselves up if hey, I only do one thing and that's it. Well, that's fine. However, be open to the possibility that, you know what, I might be able to seemingly reinvent myself, but just actually, there's more within. There's more. What was that cartoon? Transformers. More than meets the eye. Okay, there's more inside that even I could have previously recognized because I wasn't even ready to see more until I had to open up and allow and use that trust and faith to actually take a chance that there is more that can surpass anything that I've ever done previously. So anyway, um, yeah. What do you think about that? Anything else?
No, I was thinking about something that I say a lot is, today's a gift, and
Yes.
I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And tomorrow's promised to no one. I'm not thinking bad. It's just that it's true. Tomorrow's
That's right.
promised to no one, and today is my day, and I have to do everything I can to enjoy it to the fullest, right? And love, and let
Mm.
everyone know that I love them, right? And I don't hate anybody. I don't
Mhm.
dislike anybody. If I don't feel comfortable around you, I just don't put myself in your realm,
Mhm.
right? I stay
That's
away.
right.
I circle myself with people that love me and support me and care about me, right? And
Yeah.
that's what I do. I care, I love, and I support. So that's what I want around me, and that's what I keep around me because that's going to make my day a wonderful day, right? I'm living in
Mhm.
the present moment, loving
That's it.
every moment because
Yes.
that's all I have is right now. Like you said, you know, some days, one day at a time is too much time for me, right? So the moment, just live in the present, live in the moment, do what I need to do right now, right here, and I'm good. And I know that I have a power greater than me that has beyond my wildest expectations, right?
Hmm.
So, like, I have this little thing where it's a meme and it has like three little roses, my plan, and then there's 100 roses, God's plan. So
That's right.
that's how I look at it because I know that God had a bigger plan than I had for myself, and He always has a bigger, better plan.
Absolutely. And the gifts of spirit, the gift of God, are no good unless we open them up. And they
Mm-hmm.
are wrapped with a bow of love. So we're
Mm-hmm.
opening love, we're opening the gift, And I love how you say how we surround ourselves with people of like mind and like heart. Like, yeah, we understand each other, we support each other.
Mhm.
And it's so important because, yes, we do this for ourselves. It just, we can't do it alone. And we allow others to be a gift for us and us a gift for them. And when it's wrapped in love, you can't help but succeed. You can't help but feel nourished and nurtured and supported and loved in all these different ways. So most certainly, yes, that's how it works. And so one of the other things that we do in our spiritual toolbox of trusting and being faithful to that one power, to not faithful to the power, faithful in knowing that that power is good, it's for us and supports us. That's where the faith is. Because people can have, there's positive faith in the positive and faith in the negative. Some people are like, I knew it wasn't going to work out. You talked about, I know I'm going to get that divine parking spot. I give thanks in advance before I even get there. Some people are like, oh no, it's not going to work. I'm not going to get a spot, so I'm not going to drive. I'm like, no. It's like, oh, I'm driving. I know that parking spot is close to where I have to go. It's safe, and that's it. It operates, and I give thanks in advance, knowing that and all my needs are supplied.
Mm.
Like I say, in God's time, in time, on time, all the time.
Right. Right.
Because I love how you say, it's like, yeah, my idea, when I'm operating, and a lot of times we say a place of separation when I'm thinking God's out there and I'm pleading and begging, oh God, please answer my prayer. No, I'm knowing that place is within, and yeah, I don't have to go far for that love. I don't have to go anywhere. That love. And with that awareness, I know that, yeah, there's a higher awareness that I'm operating with, conscious contact with my higher power. So yeah, there's my will, my human limited thinking will, and then I'm opening up, transcending what was previously done. Because most of the time, what we call thinking is not really thinking; it's remembering, reproduce or replicate what was already done. Oh, I think I know. No, that was what you did. You just try to remember how you did it so it can look the same because it was so great before. Like I mentioned about the musician. Come on, that was perfect. But he's saying in reality, it's like, no, what's new? I'm transcending that with something even greater. As I mentioned, Reverend Michael Beckwith, who has a wonderful agape spiritual center out in Los Angeles, he would say equally as magnificent, because we're not trying to reproduce or replicate or imitate, anything else or anyone else, but we're allowing for that newness to be equally magnificent. And that's who we are each and every day. But thank you for that, mirror talk, that mirror work. I am equally magnificent to who I was before, without comparison, without blame, without criticism, Yeah. All right. So at this point, I'm you just have to forgive me for a moment because I have to plug in. I got the note. Okay, all is well. All right, so we're going to do some affirmations. As I mentioned, the toolbox is meditation and prayer. We also have affirmations, and we believe in affirmative use of our words. Okay, because that helps to as we change our thinking. All right, it gives us something good to change. So we invite each one to go within and repeat. You can repeat this with me. But first, you take a breath. Taking a breath helps us to be still, quiet the mind, and be ready and open. And breathe in, and it says, "It is so that I live on purpose and in service to life." Let that sink in. Take a breath. It is so that I live on purpose and in service to life. And Leah, invite each one to breathe. You can do that now.
Do you want me to read it? Yes. Okay. It is so that as I respond to Spirit's call, divine guidance unfolds, offering me deeper insight and direction.
Each one take a breath and please recite that again.
It is so that I respond to Spirit's call, divine guidance unfolds, offering me deeper insight and direction.
And invite each one to take a breath. It is so that I remember that I am the beloved of the beloved, and that I am on the perfect path of awakening, enlightenment, and ascension. Oh, let's take a breath and do that one again and really feel that. It is so that I remember that I am the beloved of the beloved, and that I am on the perfect path of awakening, enlightenment, and ascension. It is so, and so it is, and now it is. Peace and blessings, beloveds. At this time, we're going to have Leah Hyatt go backstage. This is the grounding prayer. This is where you get to just let it sink in and take hold, the truth of who we are. So I invite you to feel free to close your eyes, keep your ears open, keep your heart open, your mind open, into knowing that there's only one power, one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. It's the life of each and every one who are ones of the one, that one mind, infinite presence. And so I am knowing that in this conversation, there have been wonderful, wonderful messages that allow us to know that, yes, not only do we transcend our purpose, that we do so knowing that even if it's the same thing we've been doing, that it shows up in an equally magnificent way. And that the purpose, that divine purpose, can change. It must change, even in the slightest way, regardless of the job, regardless of the vocation, regardless of the manner in which each one gets to serve. I know that there is love in and through and as it all is a gift that is being opened with every breath, the breath of the divine, the breath of God, that has each one living to their fullest potential, being free from limitation, free from doubt, free from worry, free from fear, that each one says yes to their higher calling. So I am knowing this shows up in relationships, that each one is moving into a space of knowing their true nature, coming from a place of love and compassion and forgiveness, that understanding that each one is as each one, that we are all spiritual beings having a human experience, and we are here to assist each one in being the love, in experiencing, expressing the love and the joy and that compassion and the givingness, that each one says yes to that right and perfect relationship, way of expressing the relationship. Therefore, there is no reason for any hurt or harm to be done to another. No conflict, no war. All of these are lesser use of power. And I know that there is a higher power that calls forth for a more complete, fulfilling expression of this one life, that it is calling each and every one to live to the fullest expression of its life, of Spirit's life, of God's life as each and every one of us. I am knowing that this is true in the matter of health, that health and well-being is also the order of the day, that each one gets to say yes to feeling that vibrant health, even in greater ways than previously, than each and any other day. I know this is true in our financial affairs, and each one says, yes, more money, more of whatever it is that makes life worth living abundantly, whether it's in the finances or in the gifts that we give and receive. And each one says, yes, the more I have, the more good I can do, because this is who I be. I be open and willing and available in this realm. So I am knowing this and so much more for each and every one, that there is greater yet to be and now to be. That it unfolds majestically, wonderfully, even some might call it miraculously, getting to see it happen right before our very eyes. That yes, I am more than this. I am more than I was. And there is more to be, surpassing all that was into what is new, what is next, what is now. And so I know this word spoken into the law of divine right action, and it is the law, so therefore it must materialize, it must manifest, it must show up. And each one says yes to it, answers their own calling for their own divine purpose to be revealed and to be surpassed. And so I know this word spoken into the law already showing up. The law says, name it, claim it, and it is so. I give thanks for knowing it is so, knowing that it is manifesting it right now for each and every one. So I let it be the good that it is. And I affirm it and invite each one to join me in anchoring this prayer by saying, amen. And so it is, and now it is. Peace and blessings, beloveds. And now we have a practitioner who will tell us more about not only the power of prayer, but the power of your giving.
That was an affirmative prayer for you there. Remember, we are here to pray for anything, any situation, any condition that you might be going through. And if you have nothing that you're going through, any challenges in your life, but you want to continue to pray for your life to be flowing with ease and grace. So we never stop praying, because prayer is like our food, our spiritual nourishment. And that was affirmative prayer treatment that Reverend Rodney did for us. And we like to say to you that you can send those prayers to us any day, anytime, okay? Using our email, onelove@onelovecenter.org. And we also at this time would like to say thank you so much for all your donations. We're very grateful for you. Continue to send your donations on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, whenever it is that you send those donations. Remember that at this time, we ask that you dig into your wallet, dig into your credit card, or just click on the PayPal, go to our website, onelovecenter.org, click on the donate button, and it's gonna take you right to donate. And I also like to remind you, for those of you that might be just listening in today for the first time, PayPal allows you to do whenever, if you want to do it every week or every month, you can send it automatically. So you don't even have to think about it. And you can always change the amount that you want to send. Remember, when you give from a place of abundance, a place of knowing that you always have more than enough, and give with joy. Because if you're not doing so, you're giving from a place of lack, then it's best that you do not give. What matters is that you give with joy. And it doesn't matter the amount. We are welcome any amount, even $1, even $1 million, whatever your heart tells you that you want to give, that you have the overflow. We are grateful for any amount that you send to us, because every amount serves for us to continue to have this ministry going and blessing. And so if we are knowing that spirit that we have fed you spiritually every week that we do this, we do it with so much love to make sure that you feel inspired to give from that place of love. And now is the time for you to bring that, if you have a credit card or whatever it is, but bring your hand into your heart and repeat this affirmation with us. Money, as one of the many gifts of spirit, is good. As I share my offerings, I know that I am actively creating a space to receive more gifts, more money, and more good. I am grateful for the ability to give for the good work this gives to in our center and in our world. And now it is, and so it is. Ashe, amen. You can go again. If you go to PayPal, you can also do the Cash Me app, and that is CSL One Love. No, $ CSL One Love. Okay, you can do that with the I said it incorrectly. It's $One Love CSL. That's the correct one. Okay, with the Cash Me app. Thank you so much for your generosity, and we'll go to the next thing. Thank you.
Well, all right. I guess I'm up. One of the things that and thank you, Ellen. It is so important that they say, we have to ask for that which we desire. So that's the same for all of us. And sometimes we ask to give, we ask to receive. So that is very important. Also, so we are now asking for support for our technical broadcasts, managing our broadcast. So contact us through our website, our email, oneLove@onelovecenter.org, to be of service. Thank you. You don't have to do it every Sunday. We all take turns, and we most certainly would love to have you, your presence with us. And thank you for thinking about doing service with us. Next is coming up in October. It is the Autumn Soul Visioning. If you've never done visioning for your life, this is an awesome way to find out about it. If you've done it before, then you know how powerful it is. Autumn Soul Visioning Retreat, 3 days, 3 sessions a day. And it's just really powerful. You can attend as many as you like. You can donate any amount that you like. And I can guarantee you that any amount that you contribute, you will feel like, wow, I could have given a lot more for this value. It is powerful, it's life-changing. And so all are welcome. You're going to keep hearing about this now. And if you have any questions, you can always email me, or you can, I'm not sure if the website is on there, but we can provide it. You can contact me and I'll let you know more. And so also, any other announcements? Okay, so if you're interested in finding out more about this teaching, there is Beyond Limits. Move into living beyond your limiting belief by registering for our class, Beyond Limits. You can go to our website, onelovecenter.org/events, or email us, onelove@onelovecenter.org. And if you have any questions, you can let us know your intention. Hey, you know what? I want to learn more about moving beyond my limiting beliefs. And we can direct you on how to do that, and form a class. So also, if you don't think you have any limiting beliefs, guess what? That's a limiting beliefs. So this class could very well be for you. All right. Anything else? Okay, so there will be an announcement about Convention of the Americas coming up in Mexico, in Chapala, Mexico, next summer. So keep your ears and eyes open for that. There'll be a save the date. There'll be a registration. You can even pay as you go plan. So there's a lot of opportunities to be more immersed in this freeing philosophy and teaching, spiritual path. of which there are many. So anyway, I think that's all of the announcements. If so, we're going to bring back Leah Hyatt. Thank you again, Leah. Thank you so much. I know we connected before, and I'm glad it happens now. Okay, and you have any closing remarks you'd like to make?
Just like to say thank you to everyone. Thank you for your service. And I just wanted to say one thing that you were talking about, and I thought about it. So when I pray, I don't pray for anything. I just say thank you.
Mm,
Thank God for everything. My family, my health, you know, just everything. And that's my prayer. Always, thank you.
that's it. That is the greatest prayer anyone can say is thank you. As we give thanks, not for things, but as we give thanks, more comes to us to be thankful about.
Hmm.
And so it's the attitude of gratitude that goes before whatever shows up, and
Hmm.
for what does show up, and even after what shows up. So thank you for sharing that. And I know that's not just for me; that's for everyone to try it on. Anything that you've heard today, if you have any doubts about it, you can email us and like, hey, I got a question or a thought about that. And if you doubt it or if you don't believe it, let us know that also. Also, if you heard something that like, you know what, does that really work? Guess what? Try it out. Try it for 7 days or 14 days or 30 days. Try it out for yourself to see how it fits. You buy something from the store, you got to put it on, see how am I walking? How do I look now? But that's what we do. So I mean, that's what everybody does. We try it on, see how it fits. Does it work for me? Is it life affirming? Am I harming anybody else? No, that's not the intention. So anyway, so that's what we do when we are fulfilling our purpose and surpassing what we've done before. Yeah, it might seem more of the same, but it's never the same. Life is always changing, and always the possibility of being more fulfilled, self-fulfilling, which is being in service to the world. Yeah. So at this point, we're going to go into our benediction, our closing prayer, and I invite Ellen and Lita if they would like to join us in our closing prayer. And I'll start it off, and Ellen, you can finish it. Okay. So right where I am, the divine is. The presence of love and joy and the divine purpose is fulfilling itself through each and every one who has been participating and those who are watching this at a later date, watching the recording and sharing it to somebody who might benefit from it, most certainly would benefit. And so I am knowing that there is more and greater, not only now, not only yet to be, but in each and every now moment. And I pass my word to Leah to share her prayer.
I just want to say thank you for the beautiful message that comes across, the feeling of awareness and peace and blessings for all.
Yes.
And I affirm infinite presence as we close this time together in deep gratitude. We recognize that to live a life of transcendent purpose is to walk hand in hand with the divine. And as we raise ourselves higher and grow deeper, we are guided by an awareness that is greater than any circumstance, any doubt, or any limitation, that we move forward and manifest the love, the peace, and the wisdom that flows freely within us. And I pass to Ellen.
Mm. It is so good that every word that has been spoken, it is so. It
Yes.
is, it is done. The spirit, we are just speaking the truth of what it is, what it will be, and what it is in every moment of our lives as we enter and as we begin a new weekend, a new week. and an amazing opportunity to be, to pray, to be, and to be in gratitude for all of it. And I release it knowing it is so. And so it is, and now it is. Ashe, amen.
Ashe, amen. Thank you, thank you. And we have a wonderful song, a powerful song about purpose. So stick around for that and our final goodbye. All right.
Every morning I rise, eyes on the prize. Purpose in my stride, no disguise, no lies. Destiny's calling, I ain't stalling, I'm all in. Building my legacy, can't you see I'm falling? Life tried to break me, shake me, but I'm still here. Vision so clear, I got nothing to fear. Steps ordained, I maintain my lane. Hustle in my veins, purpose in my brain. Walking in my purpose, can't nobody stop me. Every single step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my path, I'm the one, I'm the key. Living out my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny. Walking in my purpose, can't nobody stop me. Every single step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my path, I'm the one, I'm the key. Living out my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny. Haters gonna hate, but they just fuel my fire. Climbing higher and higher, I never tire. Challenges come, but I'll face them with grace. Determined and strong, I'm running this race. Purpose driven, every move is divine. In the darkness I shine, my soul's alive. Manifesting greatness, I'm on my grind. Unstoppable force, I'm one of a kind. Walking in my purpose, can't nobody stop me. Every single step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my path, I'm the one, I'm the key. Living out my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny. Walking in my purpose, can't nobody stop me. Every single step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my path, I'm the one, I'm the key. Living out my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny. Purpose is my guide, I won't be denied. With every stride, I feel alive. Overcoming, thriving, I won't hide. In my purpose, I confide. Walking in my purpose, can't nobody stop me. Every single step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my path, I'm the one, I'm the key. Living out my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny. Walking in my purpose, can't nobody stop me. Every single step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my path, I'm the one, I'm the key. Living out my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny. So here I stand, purpose in my hand. Living out my plan, in this promised land. Walking in my truth, I'm the proof you see. Purpose in my stride, forever free. Life tried to break me, shake me, but I'm still here. Vision so clear, I got nothing to fear. Steps ordained, I maintain my lane. Hustle in my veins, purpose in my brain. Purpose is my guide, I won't be denied. With every stride, I feel alive. Overcoming, thriving, I won't hide. In my purpose, I confide. Walking in my purpose, can't nobody stop me. Every single step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my path, I'm the one, I'm the key. Living out my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny. Purpose is my guide, I won't be denied. With every stride, I feel alive. Overcoming, thriving, I won't hide. In my purpose, I confide.
Yes, powerful. Walking in our destiny, who we are intended to be. Ooh, God's highest vision is our life. Yes. Thank you all. So
Thank you.
powerful. See beauty and love in action. Yes. See you next week. Peace and blessings. All right. Good. Everybody.